Porn addiction is not about sex, and it is not about pleasure. It is about how constant stimulation is rewiring the human brain. If you have ever felt emotionally numb, mentally foggy, unmotivated, or disconnected from real life, there is a reason for that, and it starts with dopamine. Pornography does not only damage intimacy, it slowly erodes motivation, emotional depth, focus, and the ability to feel genuine joy. Today, it is one of the leading contributors to erectile dysfunction in men under 40, but the real damage goes far beyond erections. It reduces desire, interferes with climax, and leaves a person feeling empty, restless, and unsatisfied, trapped in a cycle of urge, release, regret, and repetition. This is not a lack of discipline or character. It is a predictable neurological loop. The porn industry is not selling sex. It is selling dopamine spikes. Dopamine is not the pleasure chemical. It is the chemical of anticipation, craving, and wanting more. It is what drives the brain to seek stimulation, not what makes you feel fulfilled. Pornography repeatedly overstimulates this system, training the brain to chase intensity instead of meaning. Neuroscience explains this through a phenomenon known as the Coolidge Effect. When novelty is introduced, desire instantly increases. Porn platforms are engineered around this principle through endless scrolling, autoplay, constant variety, and escalation from soft content to extreme material. This is not accidental, it is deliberate design. With repeated dopamine spikes, the brain adapts for survival. Dopamine receptors become less responsive in a process called downregulation. Cravings grow stronger while pleasure grows weaker. This is the same pattern seen in insulin resistance, where constant sugar intake reduces sensitivity and increases dependence. Over time, real life feels slow, real relationships feel dull, and artificial stimulation becomes the dominant source of excitement. The brain was never designed for unlimited novelty. Our ancestors had to work for food and connection. Today, both are available instantly and without effort. The porn industry understands this vulnerability. That is why most content is free, and profits come from a small percentage of users who become deeply desensitized and require extreme stimulation just to feel anything at all. Excessive dopamine eventually becomes toxic to neurons in a process known as excitotoxicity, where overstimulation damages brain cells.
Imagine sitting in a dark room and turning on a flashlight. That is manageable, but shining that light directly into your eyes forces them to squint to protect themselves. Dopamine receptors behave the same way. They are not broken. They are defending the brain from overload. Here is the most important truth. This damage is reversible. The solution is not more stimulation. It is less. The most effective tool is intentional boredom. When an urge appears, do not fight it, escape it, distract from it, or negotiate with it. Simply sit still and observe it. Allow the discomfort to rise and fall without feeding it. This absence of stimulation lowers dopamine and allows receptors to recover. Each urge that passes without reinforcement weakens the addiction loop. This is a dopamine fast. Recovery also depends on your environment. Keep your phone out of the bedroom. Use content blockers. Avoid platforms that constantly expose you to sexualized material. Remove triggers the same way someone recovering from sugar addiction removes junk food from their home. Certain habits accelerate dopamine recovery. Quality sleep is essential, and even 1 extra hour can significantly restore receptor sensitivity. Regular exercise, especially resistance training, improves dopamine regulation. Reducing excessive carbohydrate intake helps stabilize reward pathways. Adequate zinc and magnesium support neurotransmitter balance. Sunlight, time outdoors, and purposeful work further reinforce recovery. Porn addiction is not a moral failure, and it is not about sex. It is a neurological hijacking of the dopamine system. The way out is not pleasure, but control. Not excitement, but stillness. Not escalation, but restraint. When dopamine normalizes, motivation returns. Pleasure becomes natural again. And real life slowly regains its depth, clarity, and meaning.